Good evening, everybody. I'm Kelly Byrnes, and I'm excited to talk with you about how I use AI as a small business owner, entrepreneur that's not a tech person. Does that fit anybody in here? Is there anybody in here that doesn't use AI yet? Just a couple. How many of you would say you're an expert guru of AI? All right, there's two. All right, so yeah, maybe you can take a break or give me some pointers after, but here's what we're going to talk about. So I'm going to give you a little bit of a background. I'm just going to share, I think I have 4 uses of it, and I do think that some of these could apply to everyone, even though they're not high-tech. And then next steps if we have time. So why is a non-tech person speaking at demo day? I told a few people I've never been this nervous to give a talk in so long in front of a bunch of tech people. So these are companies that I've worked for as an employee or consultant or coach. So my company is called Voyage Consulting Group, and we do consulting and coaching on company culture and leadership. Those go so closely together. Leaders affect culture. But you know, if you're trying to work with a company and they're not innovative, that's a culture thing, that's a leadership thing. So it comes back around to the tech. So I've worked with a variety of organizations in a variety of ways. And why that's important here is that I use AI as a creator of the solutions, even though I don't sell AI. So you don't usually know. So some benefits of using AI, it's a huge time saver, yes? So big time saver. As a consultant, that's a big deal. So time saving, when I save time, it saves capacity, mental and emotional capacity. I see your heads nodding. I love that you get that. The capacity, then I'm free to be more innovative. So you can't be innovative if you're all stressed out. Nicole, I love that nodding. If you're all stressed out and freaked out and not getting any sleep, right? You can't be innovative, and you're sure not going to be able to lead innovation in an organization. And you know what? If you save time, you increase your capacity and you're innovative, there are financial benefits that come with that. So if you're in consulting, these tools can be very, very useful. But when I first heard about AI, I thought it was a weird thing and I didn't get it. I had another tech guy show me over a Zoom, and I've been hooked ever since. That was April of last year. So it's kind of addicting, right? Like, what else can it do? But I did think about fears. So anybody relate to any of these? Or we certainly hear about these all the time, right? And I had these too. So I try to keep these in mind, and I want to make sure I continue to develop and learn and grow, and so I don't let AI get past me. I talk with leaders about being on the cutting edge of business and the cutting edge of leadership. So they're not going to be there if they don't get used to working with AI in some way. And I need to be all over it. So here's 3 ways, or there's going to be 4. Okay, so I look for ways to simplify. So I've had a few people that don't know about AI, and when I tell them, you can enter some stuff and ask AI, the only prompt that I gave was create a spreadsheet for a business owner to track sales data. So you're all experts, so you already know. But then you copy and paste it, you put it in an Excel spreadsheet, and you're done. So pretty good. So another one on this. So this was a good one. So last year when I was new to AI, my prompt was, please share what's going on with Nike and ethical issues. Okay, as far as prompts go, that's probably like a D, not great. But it did come up with some stuff. But then I want to work with Nike, so I want to stay on top of things, and it can do some research for me, and I don't need to go investigate everything. So recently I asked it a little bit more detail. So you can see the prompt, and then it came up with even better stuff. So when I had a phone call and I could throw in some things, makes me look like I'm a genius, but I've been paying attention for years and years and years, which I kind of have, but I didn't remember it all off the top of my head. So then I get to the next step, because I just have to say, I think I looked a little bit smarter than somebody that just looked at their website yesterday, or that just did a Google search on whatever happens to come up. So that research was really key. Another way I use it is for accelerating. So that's the time, so speeding up. So this one was about feedback loops. So I asked in the prompt about feedback loops in a company, how to use it. It gave pages and pages of all this information. So I use that in a couple ways. So I have an email that goes to my community I created a tool based on some of what they provided, and it's a 4-page tool called Unlocking Growth, how to receive and reflect on feedback. So when you usually hear about feedback, what is it about? Giving feedback, right? So I wanted people who get high performers. Feedback can sting, yes? So I wanted them to have a tool that they could use to reflect on it and benefit from it instead of be upset by it. So I created this 4-page tool, and from the AI, and it's really good. My receivers of my email, they expect high-end, top-notch stuff. So then AI helped write, I used ChatGPT, it helped write the letter that goes to my list. And obviously they expect top-notch if I'm using Office Space videos in my emails. Right? Okay, I came up with that one on my own. But all of this was done in an hour. So feedback, I've read a million things about that. I don't need to go research it again. Everything is out there. The difference is what I used it for. So I've never seen anything like this out there. I haven't seen tools like that. Neither had anybody that was on my list. So the click rate was really high on that. So very useful for my clients, for my people. Okay, so to grow, this was my favorite use. So I asked ChatGPT when I got invited to pitch to the CEO of a $100 million company. This was last year. I asked it these questions to role play with me as if ChatGPT is the CEO. And I even said, don't ask me about my background because they already know that. So I asked, what else is that CEO going to ask? And then we role played back and forth. That was my favorite use of it so far. I thought that was fantastic. And it did come up with something. It came up with 5 things, one I had not thought of. And so in the meeting, I was able to bring that up. And so, I think I just looked a little bit smarter that I was on top of things. And then I don't really have to be smarter because I got ChatGPT. That's why one of my fears was ignorance or something like that. But how that worked, how that helped was I did get to the final round with that client. So I didn't end up getting it, but I'm in the mix. And when they gave me feedback, and I was the highest price. So they went with a company that was bigger than me and had a lower rate. But I was really comfortable with the rate that I had. $250,000 it was. That was big for my business. So I was really comfortable with that. And it was okay for me not to get that. So most common uses, I'm not going to read that list. I just was thinking random of how I use it. So I use it probably every day in some variety of ways. And I think if you're running a company, you can use it in all these, maybe some people think administrative ways, but if you've studied tech, you've been, Dale just talked about being in tech all these years. If you've studied tech, Herc, you made me think about DOS commands. Anybody? Some flashbacks. You're high tech. Maybe if you haven't studied sales and marketing, it can give you a leg up of other people that you're going against that haven't studied it either. So a lot of ways. Okay, danger, danger. So we already know the cautions. Okay, but did you notice ChatGPT even started having a little thing? ChatGPT can make mistakes. Check important info. So I thought of some next steps. So I do want you to be cautious and think about what your standards will be. So I have high standards of excellence in everything. So I'm not going to take a chance. That one thing I did ask for, and I said, give me references. And then I thought, told me Harvard Business Review. I don't remember seeing that. Googled it. Nope, not in Harvard Business Review. So you got to have your standards of what you're going to accept. Create a sandbox and play. Play in more ways, different ways than you are now. And resist AI anxiety. And you're all into AI, so don't let other people's anxiety be contagious over to you. Okay, so here's ways to connect with me. So have your cameras up. That will take you to a link tree that has a variety of different things. Also, I have cards over on the first table over here. And mints, so come on over. And stickers, seize the day stickers. I want to end with this quote for you. Embrace the modern complexity of business and capitalize on it, or get clobbered by it. Thank you for letting me share in the demo.